Cooking with Katie, cooking with Katie. No, I'm just playing. But welcome back to my channel, period. Let's get into it. These are all the seasonings I'm using for the meal we're making today. Today we are making some chili. Let's go. I always wash all my vegetables before I start, so I already went ahead and did that. Alright, now I'm just cutting up my bell pepper. And I learned a cool, neat trick that if you poke through the middle with a knife, you can just take out the little green thing from the middle. Alright, now chop, chop, chop. And I'm not a chef, so don't judge the way I'm holding my knife, alright? Alright, the bell pepper has been cut next to the onion. Alright, once that's finished, we're going to go ahead and put in the same container as the bell peppers. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut the garlic. Alright, so now we got our bell pepper, onions, and our garlic cut up. And now we're going to go ahead and put this on the stovetop. Now, mix, mix, mix. Alright, now time for our seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and add some black pepper. Then we're adding some garlic salt because you can never go wrong with more garlic. Then, of course, y'all know I got to add that cumin for the veggies. Honestly, I don't measure any of these seasonings out. I just eyeball it. And then I add more when the chili is actually being made. Alright, so I added the oregano. And then we're going to give it another stir. I forgot to add some paprika, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut up some tomato to add to my vegetables, but also cutting up tomato to blend in the blender with some water for my base. Usually you can use beef broth or whatever broth you would like to use, but I like to use tomato and water. Alright, so as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and open the cans I have. I use two different kinds of beans. I use kidney beans and pinto beans, and I use tomato paste as well as real tomatoes and tomato juice for the base. But look how satisfying it is to have your cans open by this little can machine opener thing. Alright, next is our meat. I got my meat from Costco. It is called the 90-10 pound meat. It's only like $47 at Costco, so definitely go get yours. It's definitely worth it, and it has barely any fat. As far as spices go, for chili, everyone is a little bit different. I like to use cayenne and chili powder and things of that nature. My sister uses serranos. I was going to use them, but I honestly checked and they were expired. I had to toss them. But we are using cayenne pepper, black pepper, and I'm also using Louisiana hot sauce. That's another thing I took from my sister. She said it was fire when she added it, so that's what we're doing. Just gotta mix it all up in there. And then we are adding a beef chorizo. I don't know about you, but I feel like this gives it a more of a chili texture, so I definitely recommend doing this if you don't do it already. As you can see, it's looking really, really good, and it's going to taste amazing. And obviously, don't forget about your hot sauce. And then mix. Don't forget, we also always wash our beans and get rid of that juice that it comes in, because you don't want that in your chili. Look at the progress. It's looking really good. And I can't forget about Vaughn, my baby. So I'm gonna make him this. I got this from Ralph's. It's a boneless cross ribeye. Period. $6.38. There we go. And then right here, I kind of fucked up because I put the beans first. Usually I add the meat with the vegetables, but it's fine. It's still gonna taste amazing. All right, so once I mix it up, I start adding the meat to the pot. And again, honestly, this is the first time I do the meat afterwards. I really do usually cook it with the vegetables and it gives it a really good flavor, but I have a feeling this is gonna come out so amazing. So stay tuned. I mean, look at that, just amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, darling. Can't forget that tomato paste. I always use 1 full can. And then I like to add like 2 bay leaves so that it can simmer on low heat for the next hour and a half or so. If you want to cook faster, you can always do it on higher heat and just let it boil a little bit. Here I'm adding my Louisiana sauce and my Worcestershire. Can't forget about those two because it definitely gives it an amazing taste. Yeah, I know I had to make some chips from scratch, so I'm cutting my tortillas. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grate this cheese. Look how satisfying it looks. Oh my god. And look at how it looks once it's fully grated. Just beautiful, I tell you. Look. Can't forget to check on Pup's food, and it's looking like it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out. The chips are also done. And here's the progress on the chili. Look how beautiful. Can you smell it? My dog eats good. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what y'all feed your dogs, but my baby eats steak, beef, all that good stuff. Look at him eating it up. He loves him some meat. Alright, beautiful people, I'm all done. This is the end result. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you. Love you guys. Mwah. Cooking with Katie. Cooking with Katie. That's so funny. It's catchy.